Welcome back to Unfiltered Unspoken podcast. And as we said, we're going to continue to sharing life experiences in hopes that someone will connect so that they can start the journey to healing. Well, today we have a special guest. We have Willie C. Williams. He had a 40-year sentence. He did 17 years of it and eligible for parole. So we're going to bring Willie up to introduce himself. And as you know, Sid is going to kick off the first question. Welcome, Willie.
How everybody doing? How y'all doing this morning?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay. My name is Arthur Willie C. Williams. I'm from a small town in South Carolina called Mullen, South Carolina. Uh, I started writing these books a long time ago, and I'm glad to be sitting down here with y'all this morning to discuss some things.
All right, well, let's get into it now. We usually start at the beginning, which is normally, directs the trajectory of how we arrive where we're at today. So start from the beginning. Was there any trauma you suffered in the household? What was your home structure like? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my home structure was pretty. I'm saying pretty good because, after let me go back. So I lost both of my parents at a young age. I was 8 years old. That was back in that was in '78. So my father was in the service at the time. So we was in California. So when after the accident happened, the drunk drivers killed my mother and father at the same time. Me and my brothers had to move to South Carolina. So that's how I ended up in South Carolina. And doing that at an early age, going through that at an early age, that affected me a little bit, attitude wise, acting out. I didn't really have that authoritative figure, to tell me what to do, what not to do. So I acted out. So that was a little. But then when I got to South Carolina, there was so much family here. I had cousins everywhere. So that made up for a little bit of it, but it was still traumatizing at the age of 8. Losing both your parents at the same time. And then, I was in California, we had our own room. Everybody, me and my brothers had their own. I had our own room, had our desk, had our lamp, and we come to South Carolina. We went from that to living in the projects. So that was something I had to go through too.
So now you move from a good life to the projects. How did that affect you?
Like I said, it was different, but I had so many cousins, family members around that it made up for the living environment. Because the living environment, I didn't never have. I didn't never want anybody to play with. I tell you that. So I had plenty. Like I said, I had plenty of cousins. So that made up for me losing my mother and father at the same time. So I had plenty of family support, but I still acted it out. So because I didn't have that male, I didn't have that person in my ear. So I was probably being raised by my grandmother. So coming from New York, being a kid from New York City, then we going to California, and then that happened. So now we in South Carolina. That's a whole different city, from a city boy to a country guy. So I was acting up. Because we coming from the city in the Carolinas, it's kind of slow compared to I was used to trains and buses and sirens going off every night. So when I come down here, I gotta hear crickets, cricket all night. You know what I'm saying? So fighting bugs and mosquitoes and everything. So yeah.
So what type of trouble was you getting into down in the country? What was there to get into? What what kind of trouble was it?
Well, being bad, back then, I'm 53 years old. So back then, we throwing eggs, knocking on people's doors, we might be fighting. And as we got older, we started fighting each other, started drinking, normal stuff that, little teenage guys would do. Normal stuff. It wasn't like we were breaking it. I ain't never breaking nobody's houses and stuff like that. We might egg the house, we might, stuff like that, but we ain't doing no robberies.
So
Yeah.
now you getting older, you starting to fight and all stuff. Did you ever get in trouble in school or?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got in trouble with school a lot because, I mean, okay, I didn't know how to read until I was like in the sixth, seventh grade. So that's a part of the story. So by me not being able to read in the sixth, seventh grade, that made me act up also. That made me act up because I could not read. So I know there's a lot of when kids have bad grades in school, it doesn't automatically mean that they got something going on in the household. It could be something that they, what I'm saying, lacking. It may be mathematical, it may be, English. So I just take it from me, from my history and what I've been through. There got to be something wrong with, people that's kids that's acting up in school. There's something that they lack in educational wise. So with me, it was I wasn't able to read the sixth, seventh grade until I went to church with my grandmother, the grandmother that raised me, and she was a Sunday school teacher. So she made me read a verse out the Bible for Sunday school, and I couldn't read it. So she looked at my older brother and she said, "That boy can't read." I said, "I can't read, I can't read, I can't read. Shoot, shoot, shoot." And I got up and took off and went on out to church. But I was exposed at that time. So after that, I went back to school, and then I just started, matching words together. I started with AT, and then I knew that was at, and then I put a C in front of that, and I knew that was cat. Then I just go down the alphabet, put a B in front of the AT and was bat, cat. Then I would go around jack, just trying to rhyme the AT with the first letters of the alphabet. So that's how I got the talk. That's how I taught myself to read like that.
So with the string of little mishaps, what was your real first kind of big taste of trouble or actual trouble? After just kind of doing little misdemeanor things.
Okay, well, we were riding. I was still in high school, so we were riding. We went to the next town over. Every town got a little rival town. So I went over to the next town. We driving. Me and a couple of guys, we went over there, messing with their girls. They come over in our town, mess with our girls, so we went over there and messed with their girls. So a couple of guys seen us over there, so they came over. So one guy, we was gonna fight, but one guy had a gun. So I said, "No, we ain't gonna be doing no shooting." You know what I'm saying? So I took the gun from the guy. From my partner had a gun. So they started fighting, boom, 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 1-on-1. So the dude was getting the best of my friend. So what I did, I shot the gun up in the air, pow, pow, pow. Right? So we got back in the car, took off. Next thing we know, the police got behind us and stopped us. The gun was still in the car, but it wasn't my gun. So, they searched the car, got the gun, took us to jail. So that was my first. I was 18 years old. That was my first major run-in with the law. Yeah.
So what happened after that run-in? Did they give you a pat on the back? Did you serve time for that? And how did it
I
make you
was
feel?
I was still in high school at that time. I was senior in high school at that time. So I was 18. So the only one went to jail was me. Even though it wasn't my gun, I shot the gun, and I was 18. I was the only one able to go to jail. But they gave me probation for that. They gave me probation for it because I was still in high school. But I was, pretty good and a pretty good athlete around my hometown. So I knew the judge, and he gave me probation for it. Mm-hmm.
Now, did that kind of set you straight, or did it give you a little taste of something that you wanted more of? Where did that take you, or what kind of mind frame did that put you in after that happened?
Well, it was more of the mindset of I've been in jail now. I'm a man, you know, that was my mindset. I'm in the jail now. I'm a man. Then I was in high school. Then everybody looking at you. Oh, you've been to jail. Everybody talking about you, and everybody boom, 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 boom. So that changed me of, you know, my mindset of like I'm a man now. I've been in jail. So a lot of things I did after that, you know, I went off to college after that. So I had to think, you know, that was a major wake up when I went to jail in high school.
So going to college, did that change your perspective, or did you get even more trouble?
No, when I went to college, Yeah. I didn't go to college to go to college. I went to college to party. So I didn't finish college. So I did 2.5 years, and but when you start how I got incarcerated, it was from dealing in college, because I was doing my thing. Then I had an internship. Then I met a guy, and he was like, man, I know, man, you in college. Well, I know you need this. I know you need that. So, you know, I was like, yeah. So, you know, he gave me some work. He gave me some drugs. I went out, you know, doing my thing. You know, I was more so fronting guy. You know what I'm saying? When I come back in from school, you know what I'm saying, have my money. I was more like that. You know, so the guy I was dealing with, you know, he took me being in college. When you know, I said, damn, where the money at? You know, I get it to you. I get it to you. I think, all right, I gotta go back to school. I call him before I go back to school. He said, oh man, I get it to you when you come back in. So it took about 3 weeks for the, you know what I'm saying, for the guy, you know, to give me my money. And then the guy that I got it from, he was pressing me about it. So I was like, boom, boom, boom. So he was more so pressing me, you know, for his money. And the guy that I was fronting the joint to, he was, you know, giving me the runaround. But he at the bar, he at the club buying the bar. He got on, you know, he got on new George. He got rims on his car, but he couldn't give me my money. So that's how that went. Then, you know, I seen it one day on the block. I ain't never owned a gun. I never owned a gun. So I seen him on the block one day. I asked my man for a joint, and rest history. I didn't kill him. I see him all the time. I see the guy a lot. You know, we done shook hands and everything since I've been back home. So it's just part of being growing up.
I'm sorry, was that the incident you got sentenced 40 years for?
Yeah. That's the same incident. Yeah.
And
so it was. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Then, you know, my first experience. Excuse me.
What you do to him?
Oh, I shot him. But it was in the state of South Carolina, is anything above the waist is considered, you know what I'm saying, attempted murder. So he got shot in the stomach and the leg. So anything under that. So it's then I took a jury trial. So it was up to the judge's discretion for the sentencing. So he gave me the whole thing. But it all worked out good.
Well, the best it could, for sure. You know, take us through that. You know, when that all came about, you're a college student, you still, you know, significantly young. You know, what was your mind frame like at the time? Were you scared? You know, were you just like, whatever it is, what it is? You know, what was going through your mind?
Well, at that time, the incident happened in 90. I think it happened in 94, no, 93. So it took them 3 years to take me to trial on that, right? So during that time, I'm still in school, I'm still in college, but when it's time to go to court, I got to be there every day for roll call count. That'd be early in the morning, but I have classes early in the morning. So it got to the point that my advisor called me to his office. It was like, I'm going to go ahead and withdraw because I'm missing so many classes because of I had to go go to trial, had to go to court every day. So I eventually I had to withdraw from college. And then after I withdrew from college, I was, you know, trying to be a father to my daughter. Uh, but then I was still in the same town. I was the college town. I was still there. I was still partying. I was, got more than more and more drinking, more smoking weed and playing. It's more. I think I became more like a womanizer after I had to withdraw from college. So that changed me.
So what
Okay,
are the things
it is what it
you
is.
say you
what
that
are the things you say
you feel like more of a
you feel like
womanizer? What
you
what
feel
do
like
you
more of a
mean? Like what are the
womanizer? What do
things
you
that
mean?
make you feel
Like
like
what are
that?
the things that make you feel like that?
Because I had a like I said, I had to withdraw from school, but I had my apartment. I had my apartment off campus, and so a lot of people don't have, students don't have apartments off campus. So I had this washer and dryer. You know what I'm saying? I had the cable and all that stuff. My thing was, come on to the house. You ain't gotta go to the laundromat and and do your clothes. You do your clothes at my house for free. And then I like to cook too, so it was more, what you like to eat? I got steaks, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a cook cabbage, rice, all that. So, so I like that stuff from my grandmother. So, we in college, so most kids ain't gonna, unless they went home for the weekend, they ain't gonna be getting no steak and no potatoes and stuff like that. So that was my bait to get them over there. Then, you sit down and study, and so I just became like that was like my devil's den. So
You was
yeah.
pulling the women in with the food.
Yeah, to come wash the clothes, come on over and study. You know what I'm saying? I had me a car, come and pick you come pick you from campus, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I became, what I'm saying, I used that as a tool. But I didn't have anything to do because I had to withdraw from school, but I still have my apartment, I still be on campus. So I was like, shoot. Yeah.
And what made you choose to go to trial, rather than taking a plea? What was your mind frame behind that? Or I guess who advised you through that process?
Well, I was gonna take it to trial because it wasn't nobody but me and him. What make his word better than my word? I could say no, but he had went to he had to go to the emergency room, and they say, who shot you, who shot you, who shot you? And he said me, and then it's like I say, it's a small town. It's a small town. We only have 5,000 people in that town, so everybody gonna know each other, or know something about you. So, and by me, being a good athlete in that town, automatically the police that knew me. So they put a photo lineup together, took it to the hospital, pointed me, he pointed to my picture, and he circled it. And actually, the police had came to my house. The police had came to my not to arrest me, but to tell me he heard that they had a warrant for me for attempted murder. So that's how that went. Like actually, I see that guy all the time. It was during that time you're in the streets. But things happen when you're in the streets. That's why I don't advise people to get in the streets, because the streets ain't for everybody. That one mistake, I got a 4-year sentence out of it. I had to do 17 years on it. So that one mistake, because I wanted cash, I wanted fast money, and I didn't have to be in the street because I was in college. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about, looking back at it. It was the decisions that I made. You got to make good decisions.
So the guy that the big guy, did he look out for you while you were incarcerated?
The big guy?
Yeah, the guy that you owe money to.
Oh no. No, I ain't ever.
The one that
He
was
said,
trying to.
so the guy that fronted me, he said after I had got the attempted murder charge, he said, don't even worry about it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They don't even worry about it. Yeah. So that was. Like I'm saying, like I said, I had my own apartment and everything. He used to come out. He used to come to the apartment. We used to smoke. We used to drink together. You know what I'm saying? We used to put stuff on the grill together. You know what I'm saying? It's more so he he had finished college. You know what I'm saying? So we were still cool. Matter of fact, I talked to him a couple weeks ago. Talked to him a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Now, when the judge banged the gavel, when it was all said and done, what was that moment like for you? What were you thinking about? Was there any hope at that point, or just accepted your fate? Where were you at that time?
Well, when I can remember what the man said. He said, "We sentenced you. The court sentenced you to 40 years of South Carolina Department of Correction. Good luck, son." So when he said that, I put my head down on the table and said, "Damn, I'm fucked up." So that was my initial reaction when the judge said 40 years. I put my head down on the table and it said, "Damn, I'm fucked up." Yeah. Then I started thinking about my daughter, and then and then I became angry. But I was already a violent person. That made me more violent. Made me more violent. When I got to the penitentiary for the first time at the age of 25, I was mad. I was angry. I was mad. I became more volatile. I mean, I was just stressed for years, and I'm thinking, they saying, and this is '96, and they saying my projected max out was 2023. So I was just mad. And then they had me in the maximum security. You know what I'm saying? So I was just mad at everybody. I was mad at everybody. Not so much for not so much for getting convicted. I was more so angry at it because I had to leave my daughter, which was like 4 or 5 years old at the time. I was more mad with it. I wasn't mad because I had to leave females out here. It was more so I had to leave my daughter.
Understood. Um, so this was your first time doing time in prison?
Mm-hmm.
And what
Yeah, that was the first time.
what was it like? Like, how did your life just within yourself change?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell y'all a story here real quick. So prison is like a pot, right? So if you put that pot on the stove, and then you add water to that pot, you cut it on, what's gonna happen to the water? It's gonna start boiling, right? Okay, so that's the pot itself is the prison, and the water inside that's boiling is the atmosphere that's inside prison. You see, so you can either be 3 things when you go to prison. You can be a carrot, you could be an egg, or you could be a coffee bean. Okay, so if you put a carrot inside boiling water, what would happen to that carrot?
It's gonna soften it.
There you go. So you don't want to be in a carrot in prison. You don't want to be soft in prison. So you're soft in prison. You're gonna get raped. You're gonna get robbed. You're gonna get extorted. You know what I'm saying? You might even die because you're soft. So I never was a carrot in prison. So now we got the egg. So we put an egg in water. What happened to the egg?
Hardens up.
There you go. So boom. So now I was becoming the egg. So when you become the egg in prison, you start getting tattoos. You may join a gang. You may join a religious group. See, that's changing you. the environment changed you. You was an egg, you was solid until you got into prison. So now you became a ball egg because the environment that you was in changed you, right? So now, if you put a coffee bean inside that same water, what's going to happen?
Everything get dark.
Everything heat. The coffee bean changed the environment. The environment didn't change the coffee bean. So I had to do that because after, I think this was in 90, this was in 99. I was in the fight with a guy. You know, I stabbed it. Boom. I thought I got away with it for a couple of days, and then out of nowhere, dude stabbed me in the back. So when he stabbed me in the back, you know, I went to my jail cell, and I just thought about it. I was like 3 years. I was like 3 years in my sentence when I got stabbed, and I went back to my jail cell. I was like, man, that dude could have killed me. So I was like, man, I'm either kill somebody back here or somebody gonna kill me. Yeah. So that incident really changed me. So, and then after that incident, I became the coffee bean. I changed everything around me after that. So you could be I had to say, by me becoming that coffee bean and then changing my environment, I made the environment do what I wanted to do. It didn't come to being like institutionalized. So that's a little quick little story I wanted to throw out there. Y'all real quick, let you know how, you know, people become institutionalized. I never became institutionalized because I changed the environment. I didn't let the environment change me.
That's a good comparison, though. Very good comparison. Now, if your experience allows you to even, you know, watch anything of the sort, what do you think for people watching or people that have never been in prison or even close to it? What is the closest depiction, you know, and on film that, you know, really depicts what the inside is like? I know movies and things might, you know, make an image of grandeur with certain things and lie about certain things. But what have you seen that's probably the closest depiction to your experience in prison?
Well, a lot of things I've seen that, you know, that be on TV, a lot of stuff be, you know, dead on. But I done seen a lot of stuff in 17 years being incarcerated. I've seen people get raped. I've seen people get killed. I've seen all type of. So it's pretty much, you know, extortion go down in there. You know, it's drugs in there. Yeah, I mean, females officers messing with the guys. You know what I'm saying? Messing with inmates. I mean, drugs. All the drugs coming in from, you know, from the officers. So it's basically they basically hitting it all right because it's crazy. Prison is crazy. It's a whole different world, but it's more. I mean, it's drugs in society, it's drugs in prison. You know, some females, you know, also go back there just to, you know, mess with a female, or mess with a maid, mess with an inmate, or I get that money back there because it's split money and you know, locked up now, plenty of money because they, you know, people sending them throughout the years. Especially you got, you know, a substantial amount of years. You know, you got friends that's on the street. You know, they send you $5 grand. That ain't gonna be nothing from sending you $5 grand because they gonna buy a watch or a ring or something like that for $5 grand. So that ain't gonna be nothing to them. So people plenty of money back there. And female officers set, and you know, if you come to that female officer every day, you got $100 on Monday. And Tuesday, you got $200. And every day you see her, you know what I'm saying, about the end of the week, you got $700. You know, so she gonna take that money eventually. But you can't take it away, then you might just give her $100. You know what I'm saying? Just give her $100 here. Go get your nails done, go get your toes done. And the officer she gonna take that $100. So the penitentiary makes you my mental.
Yeah, what was your mental mindset in prison like?
I was angry. I mean, for the first, like I said, for the first 3 years, I was angry. I was angry. I was fighting. I was because I played basketball real good. So when you go to penitentiary, you playing basketball real good. It's like football. It's not really like basketball. So it's gonna be kind of rough, and then there's gonna be a lot of pushing and shoving, and jaw jacking, and inviting men to suck on you and all that stuff. So you know you pussy boy and stuff like that. So those fighting words, you gotta go in off the top. You gotta go ahead and get that out of the way. Because if you let that one person get away with calling you out your name, everybody gonna start calling you out your name. So you might as well go ahead and knuckle up. You don't care how big you is, how small you is. If you invite the man to suck your private part, you must be fight. So you gotta fight. So yeah, I was angry anyway. So and this person talking to me like that, I ain't care how big they was, how small they was. We gonna go ahead and fight it out.
So you only served 17 of the 40. What I guess was the cause for the early release? How did you shave off so many years?
I did 17 out of 40. I went up for parole 6 times. They turned me down 6 times for parole. Yeah, 6 times for parole. So I made parole in 13. I made parole in 2012. They let me go home in 2013. So I went from 96 to 2013. I was 25 when I went in. And I came out, I was 42. That's a nice stretch. That's a whole life to some people.
Yeah, it is.
How did 96 to
how did you adjust to society once you returned home?
Okay, so when I think I was at my 14th or 15th year, I was eligible for a county facility. So they let me go to a county jail or a prison farm or whatever and do my time. So I was a model inmate at that time. But at the time they said I was a model inmate, but I wasn't. But they let me go to a chain. It's called a prison farm. It's like the movie Life, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. It was like that. So they had me on the chain gang for 2 years. I had to be on the chain gang. I was in the ditch, cutting grass and everything. And they let me go after I went to parole. Because I was a violent offender, and all violent offenders in South Carolina, you go for parole every 2 years. You don't go for parole every year. So I had to go every 2 years. So when they sent me from behind them fences to that prison farm, I knew I was going to make parole. I knew I was going to make it. So, like I'm saying, but prior to me getting to the county facility, I got caught with a cell phone, and that was when I wrote these books right here. Some books that I wrote. So when I got caught with a cell phone in 09, it was in 09 I got caught with a cell phone. They put me in solitary confinement for 6 months. So while I was in solitary confinement, I started writing stuff. I started writing stuff down, and then I just started writing, and it came up with I had like a book and a half to 2 books in 6 months, just by being there and just writing instead of going crazy. I just started writing, and I came up with these books right now. So I think I look back at it now, and I see it, but I was creating an opportunity for myself once I got back into society.
That's a good way to think about that. Yes, sir. Walking with your books, you walking it like you're talking it. Kind of bird's eye view of everything that you're writing about. So that You know, I don't like the trade-off, but it was a good one. For all things considered. So what kind of took you down the path of, believing that you wanted to write a book, or, that this is something that you wanted to do, something in your lane, especially, with dealing with the fact that you dealt with illiteracy issues, earlier on, like, what you think it all just kind of came full circle, with everything, what kind of put you in the mind frame of being a writer? Um, Having trouble hearing. Dimitri, are you able?
Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. We're back in. And Sid had to drop, so I'm gonna continue the interview and finish it off with Willie. Is that okay with you, Willie?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So we left off at how did you get into writing your books?
Okay, well, by me getting to writing these books, it was like accidental because I never thought about writing no books until I had got caught with a cell phone and they put me in consolidated confinement for 6 months. So, like I said, instead of me going crazy, I just started writing, and I came up with a book and a half to 2 books in 6 months. So I never really intended to become a write books. It is something that happens, and it happened.
And so how you doing with the book writing? I see like we've been chatting, trying to get you in. You on a book tour and doing some wonderful things. And how many copies of the books have you sold as well?
I think we had over 6,000 right now. Gonna be about over 6,000. It's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. I can't complain right now. I can't complain.
I
I
see
can't
that. I
complain.
see that smile on your face. It's like
I'm,
you
I'm
go
always
from that's a good. Me too. You go from this going through a lot of things in your life of repurposing, changing your life, and now you're a best-selling author.
I mean, it's I mean, every day is something with this book. Is every day I get up, I get an email, I get a guest request. I get. I mean, it's just like I said, it's something every day. I got some stuff now that I got the other day. I'm gonna put out. I was waiting to uh, do your show, and when you do this show here, then I'm gonna put some things that I got from. I got some good stuff coming up. I got some good stuff coming up. So like I said, it's something every day. It's something every day with this book. But it's a blessing. I can't complain. The tour went pretty good. Just got back from Cali. I'm glad it's over with because it's very time consuming. It was very stressful. You know, so first one over with. We gonna start back up, and we're gonna do some Juneteenth. So for right now, we're gonna do like podcasts. We're gonna go out and talk to the kids. We're gonna go to the community. We're gonna do some stuff like that. We're gonna start up the nonprofit organization. We're gonna shoot a short film movie. We're gonna do a calendar. So we got all types of stuff going on along with this book. And it's like I say, I wrote these books in 2008, 2009. I wrote these books when I was in the hole. That's when I wrote these books. But now is we in we in 14 different countries. We all in Egypt. We all in Guyana. We all in man. We all in South Africa. We everywhere with this book, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing right
So you're an example of how I can change my life. How you go from is that the reason why you call it balling? Can you just give us like a little piece of it to get people engaged so they can come out and buy the book? Not much, just a
there.
little bit.
Okay, well, this is basically about six best friends growing up in hometown, Mullen, South Carolina. It's basically like the best man, a little bit of the movie Juice, movie, a little best man, the best man. So it's about six best friends growing up in South Carolina. They go go out to the world, become famous, come back to the hometown and be balling. So like like I said, it's more like the best man. Morris Chestnut character was like Christian. He didn't mess with. My main character is the exact opposite. My main character is not gonna. I'm talking about my main character is very sexual. My main character he's an athlete. He's very sexual. See, my book is borderline exotic, so it's not. You got to be mature, or you got to. It's MA. You got to be mature for this one right here. You got to be older than 21 for this one right here because it's so detailed. You know, very very graphic, very so sex sales. So
Is that a
if you
part
want
of
to check it
you
out,
in the book? Yeah, I'm going. Yeah,
I
I
think
do. I need your autograph in mine.
okay, okay,
I need
okay,
an autograph, but
okay. Yeah, but it's
is
it's
that
very detailed.
is
No,
that a
no,
part of
it's
your life personally of who you are?
no, I mean, so this is how I look at it. And I think this is how it goes. It's like when artists be having, they be going through drama, like when Mary J. Blige goes through something, she write a song about it, right? And that joint become a #1 hit single, right? So as being an artist, when you write, what I was missing during those 17 years was sexual activity. So that's why a lot of sex scenes are in my book, you know. And then I was athlete, so we gonna have football in there, we gonna have basketball in there, we gonna have. So in my book, somebody who will read my book and relate to either they want to be a singer, they want to be a football player, they want to be a basketball player, they want to be a beauty queen. I got beauty queens in there. I got lawyers in there. I got singers. I got all types of stuff in there. But my book is very sexual. So if you understand, if they read Zane and 50 Shades of Grey, mine is on steroids. So I like to give people a warning that my book is very sexual. 50 Shades of Grey,
Well,
50
it
Shades of
sells,
Grey, and Zane
right?
ain't got nothing on my book. They ain't got 50 Shades of Grey and Zane ain't got nothing on mine.
So you got a hundred
Because I was
shades of gray up in yours.
mine on steroids. Yeah. Mine on steroids. But I mean, sex sales. I don't care if you don't sex sales. You listening to it, you're doing it, so you're watching it, talking about it. Sex is everyday life. And then another reason why I think that the books are doing so good on Amazon is because of the nature of the book. And certain people is gonna get the book, but I'm gonna tell them they got the book because of the nature of the book. And then another thing, their profession, they may be, I don't know, they may be a preacher, they may be, superintendent or whatever they might be. What I'm saying? So Amazon gonna tell me, they ain't gonna actually tell me who got the book, but they gonna tell me if a sale, 10 sale, 3, sale. They gonna tell me so. Yeah, it's very sexual.
That's what's up. So do you think about writing a book about your life, like
I
what you
get
went
that.
through? You think that would sell?
I get that question asked all the time. Now, I don't think I live long enough to write that type of story right now.
Man, you got a hell of a
I
life
ain't,
experience.
I'm saying, but I ain't experienced with going overseas. I ain't experienced with going to different countries yet. So I want to also be able to put that inside of my, biography, memoirs when I do write it. Instead of this, I've been to California, I've been this place, I've been that, but I ain't never got no passport stamp. So I want to incorporate that inside my story. But
So what? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Willie.
I understand that I have a story. I'm saying I have a testimony. I get right out to churches and talk. But I understand. But like I said, I wanna go over, get that passport stamp and go overseas and add that to the story too.
I get it. So I want to ask really quick, what are the biggest things taught from um, the incarceration and being back into society? Like, just to be transparent to help folks that are struggling. Like,
Well, what I do is, you know, my motto is, your past define your future. So another thing with me, I don't want to be no role model. I just want to inspire people. So I use that, and I see people that's struggling, and I talk to them. I mean, I don't know what it is, but people just talk to me. People talk to me. What do I think about this? Especially since I got a book out. We bring a book out, he's the smartest person in the world. So oh man, he wrote a book. I want it. So what do you think about this, Willie? What do you think about this balling? I was like, I don't know, man. But it's always, but I always say your past gonna find your future. Especially when they're young. I get to them and be like, man, you got the whole world ahead of you. You ain't got no felonies in your face. So I just try to talk to them and let them know what I done been through and just lead by example, basically.
okay, I mean that's some positive. What is the you say you've seen the guy that when the situation happened, like, did he ever tell you he learned anything from the situation between y'all? Some folks try to retaliate, but it seems like y'all have mended and y'all are on a good page. So he must have had a lesson learned from that as well.
What's that? Which guy you talking about?
The guy that you shot.
Oh,
You say you've
well,
seen him, y'all
the guy that I
shaking
shot.
hands, like y'all forgiving each other.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me tell you. So the first time I went up for parole, right? He wrote a letter to the parole board saying that it was misunderstanding. He need to come on. He forgive me. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I didn't make parole. That was the first time. So I went back to parole 2 years later. He wrote another letter. You know what I'm saying? He needed to come home. This, that, and the third. We was young, doing. So I didn't get parole. They were like, man, you're a victim writing a letter for you? I'm like, yeah. They said, you ain't getting it? I said, nah. So it was an old school dude. At the time, he had maybe did like 20 some years. So he heard that the guy, my victim, was writing a letter to get out. I was like, yeah. He said, yeah, what you doing? He said, man, you know what? The people give you parole while that guy writing letters on your behalf. I'm like, what do you mean, man? That should be good. He's like, nah. He goes, let me tell you something, young blood. He said, this is how the parole board looking at it. He said the parole board looking at it as he write a letter in your behalf to get you up out of there to do something to you. So I didn't look at it like that. So needless to say, he did it one more time. He wrote another letter. So that was the fourth time. And then after that, and told him, stop writing letters. Don't start writing letters because I didn't really think about it like that. But, you don't shot somebody, did something to somebody, then they writing letters on your behalf, trying to get you up out of there. So I was like, man. So that took yeah. I thought about that. I look at it till old school told me that.
That's powerful that he
So
would even write a letter on your behalf to say,
yeah, he was writing a
let
letter.
him go.
Yeah, he was doing that. I mean, I said we see each other. I seen him. I seen him couple. I seen him. I know I seen him this year. I know I seen him this year. I mean, he got a little limp to him, but they were young in the streets. Things happen when you in the streets. So it could have been worse. You know what I'm saying? He could have been gone. So everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
a valuable
And
lesson
it's
taught.
a valuable lesson taught.
Yeah. I had 17 years, without being a father. A lot of people don't know when you get kids. Like my daughter was 4 years old, so they understand that I had to be a father 3 times to one person. So I was a father from 1 to 4. I was a father from 4 to I think she was like 20 when I came home, something like that. 21 with kids. So I had to be that father that 17 years. 17 years inside of prison father. So now I've been home 10 years. So there's a different part of being a parent. So yeah, I had to raise up 3 times. I had to be a parent three different times in one person. So guys don't
And
understand that. They don't understand
how it,
how,
sorry, it's a delay. I apologize. How
so,
how was your relationship?
oh, we always been good. We always, that's my baby girl. So you look in the dictionary on the daddy girl, you gonna see a picture. That's all I got. So yeah, see, we got a good relationship. Always have. Always have.
I love it.
Yeah. Little baby. Matter of fact, I'm at her house now.
Look at your smile on your face, though.
Yeah, I'm at her house now. She might be. I don't know. I smell something in there. She might be up cooking something
Oh,
in there. I smell something in there. Yeah. I had a long night last night. So all around her waist. So I just came on in. Yeah.
so how many grandbabies do you have?
We got 3, 9, 10, 11.
And they love Papa.
Back. Those three. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Papa love them kids. They going. What else? I think they gone. I know they gone. I think they going. I think they going to their father this weekend. I think. Either they fall at their grandmother's house. More
Okay,
likely they
you
going
should
to
see
their
the
father.
smile on your face.
Yeah. I like to. I like enjoying life. I like after going through things that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing but smile. You know what I'm saying? Then I look at books. Then I look at what I'm saying. I got one. I got what I'm saying. So and then coming from then like I'm saying earlier, I didn't know how to read. So I was 6, 7 years old, and now I got books in different countries. I got books in the library. I got books, my books in the museum. So I ain't got no choice but to smile.
Hey, look, God is good, ain't he?
Yeah. Well, it is. Like I'm saying, every day I wake up, there's something different with his books. Something different. They want a book. I have a book in the mail. Can you come and autograph it? Can you put your this, that, and the third? Can you come out and talk to the kids? And, can you come to the church and take testimony to the church? And so it's always, I'm getting pulled left and right. I try to make myself available, as much as I can, but I can't always be available for everything because I'm wearing
You're a
I'm wearing
hero,
so many
Daddy.
hats. I
Mm.
just want to inspire people. They want to look at me like, oh, Willie came home and did this and did that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then another thing I want to do, I want to change the narrative of, oh, they go Willie, Willie been gone for a long time. Willie, I think he did about 20. So somebody say 17. Oh, he did about 20 years. So now I think I changed the narrative of instead of be like, they go Willie, the one that did time. They go Will, they go the one who wrote the book. So
Mm-hmm.
I change the narrative a little bit. A lot of people would tell me, if I didn't mention that I've been incarcerated, they wouldn't know I've been incarcerated. Because I'm saying because the narratives have done changed. They look at me as the guy that wrote the book, and they don't look at me as the guy that's what they said years there. Yeah, so that's good. Mm-hmm.
Now, was it tough for you adjusting to society when you came home?
No, because they allowed me to go to the prison farm. So they gave me the job the job detail that they gave me. I was cutting grass on the highway. You know, I was around town. I was cutting grass at the courthouse. I was cutting grass at the the health department. So I was seeing people that I seen. So I was seeing people. So that was adjustment, and that's why they never have no. I don't think I had no hard adjustment of like that. So, but let me see. No, when I seen the remote control fan. It was a fan. She said, "Cut the fan on right there." So I go to the fan, and I'm looking for to turn it on. And she got no, here go control right here. So I never seen no remote control fan. So that was a that was a adjustment. I seen the remote control fan. Like I'm saying, I was left in '96, and I went to the prison farm. That was in 2010. So I ain't remote control air conditioners, remote control fans. I was like, man. So everything that was a big adjustment. And there was another thing when I left, the alarm on your car was protected by Viper stand back. So now I come home and everybody boop, 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 boop. So now I'm looking around every time I hear a boop, I'm thinking they, hit the horn for me, but people was locking their doors. So that was adjustment I had to make.
Like, hold
So other than that,
on.
everything. Other than that, it was pretty. It was the transition back to society really good. Like I said, I was on grad 2 weeks going to the restaurant with the guy that was over us, our supervisor. We go to we go to the restaurants. We didn't have no handcuffs on. We was free. You know what I'm saying? So we basically free. We like I'm saying, I'll be at the welfare office, the food stamp office, the DSS, and I see people that I know. You know what I'm saying? So it was. I think them 2 years that I did there. You know what I'm saying? Just back to society because I've seen people. I was on the road. Yeah.
That's a blessing. We almost at time. So I have two more things. Can you tell us where we can purchase, where the audience can purchase your book? Um, any events you have going on, or anything that you want to share?
Okay. Well, you can look the book up. You can just on Google author Willie C. Williams. It'll take you to the Amazon. But you get the book off Amazon. The book is called Balling the First of a Trilogy. That's the first book, and the second book is called Balling 2 to Come Up. But if you just Google author Willie C. Williams is going to lead you to Facebook, Twitter, all social media. Only thing I'm not on is Snapchat. So if you go on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, you can Google author Willie C. Williams, I'm gonna come up there and I'll be smiling. So you gonna see my picture smiling when you just go to author Willie C. Williams on Google, and everything is gonna lead you to everything. Gonna lead you to the books right on Amazon. Yeah, that's how it is now. Because I had a conversation with. I don't really like dropping names, but I had a conversation with a celebrity guy. And, a lot of people, you're trying to make it. A lot of people like, oh, go on my Facebook page and check me out. So a lot of people not on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But they on Facebook, they're not on Facebook. So I learned that the more professional people they're gonna be on Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, they're gonna be on stuff like that. And I got a lot of business from off on Twitter and LinkedIn. I got a lot of business on there. They're more professional. You know, so they more likely to respond back to you on platform like Twitter or LinkedIn than they are going to respond back to you on Facebook, Messenger, or Instagram. So that's some history there. I mean, that's a lesson that I had learned from a celebrity. They say we on our phone just like everybody else on their phone. He say look at their phone every 5-10 minutes too. So he said just because I may have 1,000 messages in the 5 minutes, that doesn't mean I don't look at some of them. You know what I'm saying? So you know, you got they look at their phone, but you just gotta. For me, it is about this. Like keep thinking, you just gotta get yourself out there every day. You gotta at a certain time you gotta post stuff. Like with me, I usually post things like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So when you wake up in the morning, somebody wake up in the morning and they go on social media, that's the first thing they're gonna see. They're gonna see me smiling because they sleep and I'm posting. So you get back on your phone, you go to Facebook or Instagram or whatever, they're gonna see balling on it. That's how you gotta do it. It's all about marketing, it's all about advertising, it's all about, you gotta strategize because once you put your stuff out there, if you want it to be a success, you gotta put it out there. Because
I'll be posting.
when you get people and you post and you get people, you might not see this, but they'll be like, damn, they go that ball, they got that boy doing. Every time I be on my phone, they go ball. See, that's what I want the people. That's the attitude I want people to have. They go Willie Williams again. They ball. What are you doing now? Every time I come on my phone, I see you balling. You damn right. You there. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it right. You gotta keep it in their face. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it in their face. If you don't keep it in their face, they ain't gonna. It's like a commercial. You can see all this stuff is free. All these social media sites are free. You ain't paying for it. You can post. Like I'm saying, I'm on everything but Snapchat. I'm on everything but Snapchat. I'm post. I got stuff. I got stuff I can post. I mean, I got a lot of content. Post pictures. You gotta take pictures. You gotta get your stuff out there. Merchandise. You just gotta try to market yourself. If you know how to market yourself, you gotta be, approachable person. You most definitely gotta be approachable. You can't be shy. And being a public figure, being out in the public, you gotta take all type of criticism, the good, the bad, because everybody don't like urban novels. Everybody don't like urban novels. Everybody don't like westerns. Everybody don't like R&B. Everybody don't like country music. So you may have a partner that haven't bought a book, haven't bought a T-shirt, haven't bought anything because he's not into that. Even though he supports you, mentally, spiritually, but he hasn't, or they haven't bought a book, T-shirt, none of that, because they ain't into it. So you can't get upset with that person because he's not supporting you or she's not supporting you. So if you've been in the business, we all know that most of your support is gonna come from people that you don't even know.
Facts.
So he can't get upset with a person that you don't grew up with, that hasn't bought a book, that hasn't bought a T-shirt or anything. He can't get. They may be not into that, but they go and buy a Balenciaga $100 T-shirt and you got a $25 T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? So he can't. You rather get it. The Balenciaga guy that's already a billionaire, you know what I'm saying, that $100 instead of, supporting, somebody that you know. But people, that's how people is. They put that little polo on their chest and some jewels on their feet. And they think they make confident about themselves because they got a polo shirt on and some jewels on it. They give them confidence. When I try to tell younger people that you are a brand, you a brand. So why continue to make Ralph Lauren and Tommy all them guys rich. When you can start your own stuff, you can wear your own clothes. I don't wear nothing but balling. Everything I got, I got balling. I don't wear no polo. I mean, I got that stuff. I got Tommy. I got all that stuff. I got Lacoste and all that stuff. But I don't even wear no. But I wear my stuff. You're not gonna catch me out. The only thing I ain't got is no tennis shoes. I got sweatpants. I got hoodies. I got t-shirts. I got long sleeves. I got shorts. I got slides. I got hats. I got push shacks. I got everything. Only thing I got no jeans and tennis shoes. Everything else got balling on in my closet. And then the other thing, if you want to get your stuff out there, you got to get that stuff away for free too. You got to get it out there. You got to get it out there. So if I get 100, if I get 50 t-shirts, I'm automatically say I got 40 t-shirts. So I'm gonna give it because you go with me. I do like the hottest local rapper. I give him one or two. You know what I'm saying? Him, his cousin, or whatever, brother, whatever. So the hottest or the high school players who are the best high school player on the team, or whoever I go to the game and see, the most support out here. What player on the team got the most support out here? So like, oh, we got his mom, we got his uncle out here. I say, okay, so now I'm gonna go to that guy and give him a t-shirt. Okay, I'm gonna go to their family and give them a baller t-shirt. It's gonna be the same color of the high school. You know what I'm saying? Or I might take 4 or 5 t-shirts to the game and pass them out. So every time I go to a game or I ride around, I'm gonna see somebody with a baller t-shirt on somewhere. Man, you gotta get that stuff out. That's marketing. That's marketing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask, can you give the audience some positive advice on how to help them through a healing journey after doing time in incarceration and coming home that helped you through your journey?
But it's gonna start with your mindset. You know, I'm a self-motivated person, so I don't really need that much to motivate me. So I think about it like this. My advice is to people don't let things overwhelm you because what I believe is that your life has already been preordained. That your life has already been written for you. You know what I'm saying? Before it even happened. So I believe that we was already gonna be having this conversation before it even happened. So I just believe that things already have been written. Our life has already been written for us. So then you start worrying about certain things, and your health get bad. You get high blood pressure. Your kidneys get bad. You start losing hair. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to take life for what it is. Or when God presents things to you and it's good, you yeah. But then when He presents things to you that's not so good, you worry about that, and you should say thank you for that too, because everything you go through is a lesson. So that's my advice.
Agreed. Thank you. Appreciate it. I want to thank you because you actually reached out to us. You've been checking us out for a while, and I got some wonderful feedback from you.
Yeah, because I'm independent. I'm an independent author, and I wear a manager hat. I wear an agent hat. I wear different hats in the day. So when I was checking you out, and I was like, okay, let me give her a shout out. Then I'm gonna holler at your boy too. I'm gonna holler at Cynthia Joe. I'm gonna send.
I got you with that. I said that. Look, I already chatted about you. So.
Okay. Yeah, I checked it out the other day. Matter of fact, me and the author was checking it out. You had Mark Harry on that. And I was like, he did good, but he didn't get loose like I wanted him to get loose. He really. I like that. Like that. Yeah, I appreciate coming on, and I hope you have continued success with the show, you and your girl.
Thank you.
Love, you know what I'm saying? So bring my people, my audience to you, and you make hopefully your audience will come to me. So we got to do the thing together. So
We're gonna be supporting
we got
each
to do it
other.
together.
So just hold on one. Exactly. So just hold on 1 second. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Unfiltered Unspoken podcast. We're going to continue to share life experiences. I hope that Willie's testimony brought some light to you for those that are incarcerated and going through some. And y'all have a blessed day, and we will see you soon.